Oh, I was muted. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back once again. For the second session of the day. I hope you have downloaded the study material, for which the link is shared with all of you. But still, if you have any doubt or if you have any suggestion, you may write in the chat box. Anything you want to add for the first session or maybe for the second session? So if you have any doubt or if you have any suggestion, please let me know. The Newton's method is somewhat easy, right? It is easy to understand. Okay, it is going to be only 19 students here. Okay, Bhargav is trying to join. Okay, only one comment, that is from Anupama. Others taking the okay, let me check if we can deal with the optimization. Slap 7. No doubt, no suggestion, nothing. So I hope you have downloaded the study material. Is this visible to you? The link was shared with all of you. Yes, great. Okay, Dharamjit. Fine. So you can go through it if you have downloaded it. If not, please try to download it. Just go through that website. I think many of you might have downloaded the same. You have gone through it. Yeah. Today, let us explore something about R software. Okay. So since this is the lab session, let us explore about R software. Okay. Let us explore in terms of R software. So this is what we have discussed in the first session. Okay. So you have to deal with this 357, page number 357. Okay. Page number 357. Newton's method, right? The others, you can go through it, minimum, maximum values, and then shape of the graph, it is not required, but optimization you can read. L'Hospital rule if you are interested, and if you are further you want to prepare for the GATE examination, you may refer this study material. Okay. So that this discussion is very, very important, and there are many points to be discussed. There are many points to be discussed. Okay. So let us discuss in terms of R software today. Okay. This is the new topic for us since we are dealing with the lab session. Okay. What exactly the R software that we'll try to deal with. Okay. So I will explore some material. So this is for statistical computing. The meet is there. Okay. Great. So here the idea is just to give you a glimpse about the R software. Okay. This is visible to you now. Amal, Jiten, Preet, Darshan Balodia. Is it visible to you? My screen is visible. The R project for statistical computing. No response. Am I audible to you? Okay, Amal is saying yes. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Preet. So this is, you can Google it. Okay. If you'll Google it, you will redirect to initially to the home page of the software, which is on your screen right now. Right. So let us discuss in terms of our project for statistical computing. So you may download it from here. And this is the free software environment for statistical computing and graphics. Please do remember the name. The software is used for statistical computing and graphics. Okay. So how to download this and everything, it is given here. So let us explore some more points related to the R, what exactly the R is. Okay. It is the kind of project as this is mentioned here, and this is language and environment for statistical computing and graphics. Okay. Please do remember this. The question may be asked for the 1 mark or so in theory as well. Okay. Though it is the part of lab, you must be aware about it. Okay. So the environment was developed by Bell Laboratory, formerly AT&T, now Lucent Technologies. Okay, by John Chambers and his colleagues. Okay. There are many students that are trying to join. So what it tries to do, it tries to provide statistical solution for a given set of problem. Let's say it consists of, let me take the highlight, linear and non-linear modeling, classical statistical tests, time series analysis, classification, clustering, and graphical techniques. Okay, this can be used here in the R software. We can solve the set of problem, or you can get the desired solution using R software. So it includes mathematical symbols, you can formulae, and it is free software. It can be used for different systems like Unix, Windows, Mac operating system. So what exactly the R environment is? वो कैसे दिखता है या फिर ये इसमें क्या क्या होता है? So it provides, it is used for data manipulation, calculation, and graphical display. So it includes an effective data handling and storage facility, a suite of operators for calculations on arrays, in particular matrices, a large coherent integrated collection of intermediate tools for data analysis, graphical facility for data analysis and display either on screen or on hard copy. It is well developed, simple, effective programming language which includes conditionals, loops, user defined recursive functions, and input and output facilities. Okay, so these are the features of our software. Okay, features of our software, right? Please go through it. Very important is there is a language called S they used to say for it. You can include C, C++, and Fortran code with this R environment that can be linked. And you can write C code to manipulate R objects directly. And whatever the results you will get, that will be, no. Yeah, you may copy it as we are aware about it, right? So this is about the R software. This is about the R software. So if you are interested, you may go through it. They may have some conferences and the blogs. You can go to the blogs once see. So how it is working, will new features in the R graphics engine. So there are many blogs are available. If you are interested, please go through it. Okay. Did you get the about the software? It should come. I don't know what is the problem. Give me a minute. Huh? I'm not. I'm audible to you. Please let me know because I'm not able to. I'm audible to you. Yes. Thank you, Pranav. Because sometimes it may happen that I'm not able to. See, now it is not working. Just give me a minute. Huh? I'm trying to. I'm not able to. Minimize it. Do you have any idea that that was in full screen mode? I think I should close it because I'm not able to. I'll go with the new window. I'm just looking for getting started with R and R Studio Short Basic Arithmetic and Coding. It is from 2013. I want the newest one, recent one, so I can show you. If you go through the content of this R Studio, R software, R Studio.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's session.
So I will just try to no, ma'am. I will just try to share one for a while. I'm trying to share one video with you. This is visible to you all. So let us go through it for a while.
Data science and analytics world. And the very reason why it's so popular is that it's open source and it has a lot of people contributing packages, functions, libraries, etc. to its evolution. All right, so that is one of the major reasons why R is so popular amongst the folks of this community. Okay. Now on that thought,
This is a software for 64-bit.
More about the two
The environment, our environment.
R Studio and R GUI in general. All right. So
This
what
is
you
graphical
see
user
here
interface,
on
GUI.
screen is the authentic plain vanilla R GUI. Okay. And the
This is
method
authentic
or the way
plain
that you
vanilla
obtain this is by
GUI.
going
See,
on
this is how we can
website
download it.
named tran.rproject.org. All right. This is where the comprehensive R archive is present. Essentially, this is a website that's contributed by the open source community. And depending on the operating system that you're running, you can actually go ahead and download the respective Tran package. All right. So once you actually download it, you can actually install it, and this is what it will look like once you have it up and running. All right. This is the base R as we have been talking about. All right. Now, as I was talking about, there is a major misconception out there in the industry that R and RGUI are substitutes to each other. All right. That's most certainly not the case. Okay. So R is essentially the base pack that is absolutely essential in case you want to run R Studio, right? And it's not the other way around. All right. Basically, if you want to run R, you don't really need R Studio as a base. All right. So R Studio is like an encapsulation. It's like a wrapper on top of the base R, which essentially gives a good look.
Is this audible, Shyam?
It improves the user interactive ability.
Which background noise, Abhishek?
Makes the user capable of doing multiple tasks in the same application. All right. And we'll be looking at how.
Is there any background noise, Sham?
Over R in just a while from. So let's get this absolutely straight. R is essentially not a substitute, or R and R Studio are not substitutes to each other. They actually work in tandem, right? And for beginners, it's always handy to actually start exploring R before they can actually lay their hands on R Studio. The very reason is for someone who's actually beginning their journey, R Studio can be a little too overwhelming, right? Because of the information that it exposes you to, right? So it's always good to actually get your hands dirty on the base version of R and then start exploring R Studio, right? Okay. So on that thought, let me give you an overview of our console in general, right? So this is essentially the script, or this is essentially the pane where you do complete scripting, and this is also where you'll be seeing a lot of results of the computations, processing, etc., that you do in your environment. All right. As you can see, there are multiple tabs present over here. Depending on the utility, you can actually go here and choose to save your environment, save your workspace, and then resume whenever you want to come back. By default, there are a set of packages that come in the base R as well, right? And you can, in case you're interested in loading specific packages to perform specific applications or computations, you can actually go ahead and install the package at your own request. Okay? And at any point of time, if you're interested in in seeing more content, information, manuals, etc. pertaining to R, you can actually go here and go through the FAQ, see the manuals, download the manuals, look at the R functions, etc., etc. Right? So very, very open source community. You can actually, see that there is phenomenal amount of information available out there if you want to get started in learning R. All right. And there is no dearth of information available on the CRAN website as well, the one that we were seeing a while back. And obviously, the major reason for that is that it's an open source community which is contributed by thousands of people across the world, right? So this is it about the base R. As you can see, it's an extremely basic version, which doesn't have, lots of frills and fancies, all right? And that's one of the reasons why we actually needed a more advanced version of R, which can be, a little more interactive and which can do multiple things, right? Now that's where R Studio comes into the picture, all right? So for downloading R Studio, you can actually go on the website rstudio.com. Depending on your requirement, you can actually go and download the R Studio exe file, all right? And there are commercial licenses to this as well, because I mean, for enterprises, they're not really comfortable accessing the free application. They always look to find that someone whose collar they can hold in case something goes wrong, right? So that's exactly the reason why there is an enterprise edition to this as well, right? As most of you would concur, company would be very comfortable with releasing production ready solutions on an open source tool, right? So in order to meet the enterprise SLAs, we have an enterprise edition to this as well. And even beyond R Studio, we have some of the other IDEs for R. For instance, Microsoft R Server is another one, right? And one of the areas where R Server is advantageous over R Studio is that Microsoft R Server leverages multi-threading, right? So the open source R Studio or the enterprise R Studio is single-threaded. That's why Microsoft R Server incorporates multi-threaded application where it can run several processes in parallel. All right, so that's where our server comes into the play. All right, so coming back to R Studio, this is where you can actually download the version that you are interested in. And once you have it up and running, this is how it will look in your console. All right. As you can see, a lot more information over here for your usage. And as you can see, a lot more functionality than the base R, all right? And you can always play around with the tabs that are present over here, depending on your usage, all right? So without any further ado, let me introduce you, to the major advantages that R Studio has over the base R, okay? As you can see, our console doesn't really have a separate, I should say the script window, doesn't really have a separate environment over here, and it doesn't really have a history tab as well, right? As you can see over here, R Studio has a history tab as well, where you can actually see what all commands you've executed in the recent past and then make use of it. Okay, and the environment is where
This is somewhat similar to the MATLAB and Scilab, whatever we have discussed, right? The idea is here you have to initialize or you have to look after the coding.
All right. However, if I do the same command over here, there you go. It doesn't really show much, right? So that's a key difference between the two over here, right? Another very useful thing of R Studio is that it has a separate pane for plotting. It has a separate pane for help as well, right? So in R, at any point of time, if you're not clear with something, or if you feel that you want information about something, you just run that command, basically the name of the package or the function or the library with just a question mark.
See, here it is with the question mark. Otherwise, in other features, we used to see, we used to write help. Okay, instead of help, you have to write You have to insert question mark to get
Same
the
thing is
idea
absolutely
about if you are
possible
not
over here
aware
as
about
well. It's just that it's actually
this particular
not
function.
as easy to interact with. All right, as you can see, it's actually thrown me out of R onto the website where all the information is available. Right, that's one of the key differences. Right, I don't really want to get out of it and actually look at some website for whatever help I need. Right, I should be able to look at the information, the basic information over here, and if needed, I should have an option of moving out of it. Right, that's one of the major advantages that RStudio has over R. All right. Another very important feature over here is that at any point of time, if you feel you're more comfortable with using the console or the command line version, just like you use any other application in Unix, etc., you can actually open up the shell version of R. Right. So as you can see over here, I'm actually opening up the shell version of R. Right. So whatever I am doing or whatever I can do on the RStudio in general, I can do all of it over here. Right. Let me try to run the same command over here. There you go. It's
So
run.
see here, many times it
Gives
is
me the option of running
you have to write
command
the
line
code.
applications as
Anupama, this is full from my side.
well.
It is 100% from my side. Please increase volume of your system or use headphones,
So it's executing
earphones, please.
properly, right? And at any point of time, you want to get out of it and work on the conventional RStudio, just close the button and you'll be done. Now, something very phenomenal or something very appealing that I personally really like is there is a lot of option of customizing the look and feel of my RStudio. All right. Let me quickly show you how I can actually customize the appearance of my RStudio interface.
So there are options like coding where you can save it and you can check your code as well. There is code option. You can diagnose it if there is a kind of issue. Okay.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Right. So let me quickly give you an overview of the different panes that we see over here in RStudio. Right. Now, as you can see, the major difference is that R has just one pane that it works on. However, RStudio has 4 different panes. All right. The top left is supposed to be used just for scripting, right? Whatever script you want to build, you can actually do it in the top left pane. Console is also used to execute your commands. The major difference is that you can't really do the scripting in the console. All right. So whatever ad hoc commands you want to run, you can actually do it from here. Right. Right. So whatever commands you want to execute, you can actually execute it over here. As you can see over here, I've just executed the command to see what time is it right now. All right, so it's giving me the exact result as per the expectation. The major difference is that I cannot do scripting over here. All right, I can't build a script over here. Right, so that's the major difference between the 2 panes. Whatever I execute over here will reflect over here. For instance, let's try to view a data set. So R comes with,
See here variable,
data
these are
sets that
available,
one can
right?
work with.
Same like Scilab and MATLAB.
Right. So I can actually, pull the data into my working environment and start working with it. All right. So that's exactly what I have done over here. And let's try to view the data set in general, right? So this is how the data set is looking. I can always click over here and see the various columns that exist in my data set, along with an introductory set of values for the same. All right. When I do the same over here, there you go. It provides me with the exact information over here itself. Right, there is no interactive feature of drag and drop and viewing the data set in the environment in the base R. All right. Now, another very good feature with RStudio is I can actually view my data set by keying in the command view. All right. Gives me the data in a very, very interactive fashion. As you can see, I can actually use filter operators if I want to see any specific set of values over here, which is not.
So this is how one can use the RStudio. Okay, I will share this with you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to share the link because there are few students who are saying that they can listen it clearly, but there are few students, they have some network issues maybe. So what I'm doing, I'm going to share this with all of you in the chat box. You please go through it. So our software is one of the important software where one can deal with the solving the numericals or the equations with the coding, okay, with the coding, right? So let's say that is the idea behind this. Idea behind this today's session, that you must be aware about the R software. And if you are interested, if you want to get a good package, softwares like this will help you. Okay, so will you go through it, because this is free software, you can download it. There are many tutorials available for the same, which you can explore, and there where is Meet? Is it there, Meet? Yeah. You can download the software, you can install. If you are interested, right? So I think you please go through the link which is available with you. The link is shared with you all in the chat box. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this session right now, but here it is task for you to go through the website of R. Let me write it here. Task for next 1 hour for you. Okay. Task. RStudio, or let's say R software. Its uses, applications. You can find out tutorials. Okay. Then it's what happened? Real-time simulations, where it is used. Okay. Then very important, career opportunities. Okay. Career opportunities. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. And you may find out number of career opportunities here in this field, in our software, right? So yes, a few links, one link is available right now in the chat box. Please refer it. Okay. And try to explore more and more about our software. Okay. Sham, Param, Pranav, Sainif, Zubair, Darshan, Sanidhya, Anupama, Abhishek, Aditya. Oh, Aditya is there today. Jay, Jamin, Rishraj, Ravi. Clear? आप लोग हो मीटिंग में, चलो मीत है सिर्फ, जिसका नाम नहीं लिया था वो भी यस बोल रहा है. Okay, सिर्फ मीत पटोडिया, श्याम, दर्शन, रोल नंबर 37 and Amal, they are available. What about the others? No, 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 Sham. Just go through it. Okay. Okay, Harsh, Preet, Jiten, Vansit, Anupama. That's it. Shubham, 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 ध्यान दो Shubham. Okay, लिखा. हाँ, okay, Shubham, Rushraj. Okay, please inform to your friends, those who are not attentive, because I can see there are 41 students right now in today's session. Okay, so please complete this task. Please go through it, explore about the R software. You got the probable questions if it is asked in the exam for the R software as well. Okay, so that's it for today's session from my side. Now the task starts for you. You have to explore more about the R software. Okay, so that is the task for you for next 1 hour. Okay, so yes, I'm going to end this session, but it's your duty to explore more about the R software. Okay, it's done. Bhargav, thank you. Okay, Aditya. So thank you very much everyone for joining this today's session. Please explore more about R software in due course of time. Okay, so yes, that's it. Take care. Bye bye everyone.